Welcome to the Friday night discussion, and if anyone wants to join in, you just have to click the link in the description and you will join us. We're going to run through a few questions as it's the end of the week, and we've got Dardasha with us from Arrival channel.
Hello, hello.
So the first topic of discussion is that Donald Trump feels lonely.
Oh dear.
Do you feel sorry for him?
How do you know that he feels lonely?
Because
where do you get the information from?
It's all in Russia Today. Russia Today are saying that Trump feels lonely because now that he's president, even his old friends are not treating him like they used to, and they phone him up and they call him, Mr. President, can I have a meeting with you? And he's like, hey, calm me, Donald.
Okay, let's say you became a manager or a director or president, prime minister. Do you think your friends will still treat you the same?
If I became something important?
Something important.
Probably not. They might not trust me anymore.
Why do you think they lose trust?
They might be careful around me. But have you had it happen the other way? When people you've known in a professional manner and then you meet them later in life and they still treat you like a colleague or like a teacher?
I have seen both examples.
Yeah.
I have seen people that took higher positions and then the relationship have had to change. and became very professional. And it had to be that way. It cannot be other way. How do they feel about it? I don't know, but
What?
I just read one of the comments.
Yeah.
I'm losing my voice.
Okay.
It has nothing to do
There's a
with
comment.
corona.
Hi, lady
trouble
on the right sounds like she needs a coronavirus test. There on the right, it's on the left as we look at it.
They're not offering any more tests, by the way. And the person on the right,
left or right. Yeah, you can't get a coronavirus test for love nor money, but why would you want one? Apparently, people that have had coronavirus tests have then and that came back negative, then been refused entry to places because, well, if you had a test, presumably you had symptoms at some point.
yes.
How does that work? I don't
exactly. Back to Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
Do you really care if he's lonely or not? I actually don't care.
That's a bit hard.
Well, I don't know him. I
look
don't
at
know
his-
him personally.
Look at his face. Do you not think he looks sad?
Well, he can be sad. Do you not think he made a lot of people sad too?
Who did he make sad the most?
I'm not gonna start discussing that, but I just feel like I don't know. Do you think he made his people happy?
He made America great
Yeah? Okay.
again.
So do you vote for him again?
I can't vote for him.
Well, you can't, but do you support the fact that he goes again for presidency?
Do I support the fact that he goes again? Don't know. It's Donald Trump or Joe Biden, isn't it? That's the problem with these binary yes/no elections. What? Maybe there's someone else who's not Donald Trump or Joe Biden who would be a much better president, but then we can't vote for them. There's no point. Age Case Docs is watching. Peace evening. Actually got a notification. That's good. I don't know why YouTube doesn't always tell you when we're going live, but click the notification bell anyway and just check on a Friday night from 10 p.m. exactly. Every Friday we will be going live for an hour, maybe 2 hours.
Depends how my corona is, if it gets any better.
Yeah, hopefully. And this is all being shot on a very special camera. There's actually 2 meters between us. I'm in one room and Dardasha is on the other side of a wall. Talking of walls, did Donald Trump ever build his wall?
Did he? He said he would. Did he?
I don't think he did. I don't think the wall ever got built, but maybe he'll get 4 more years to do what he has to do. But I was thinking the other day, imagine if not just a wall, but what if he built the wall and he moved it into Mexico? So instead of following the internationally recognized border, it sort of snaked around it and took pieces of Mexico. What would people say if there was a wall like that?
Do they have a say? Can they do anything about it? This happened to a lot of other countries as well, where gradually their borders were taken. I'm going to refuse to mention names here, but
Triple T is saying, why is it China has eradicated corona without a vaccine, yet we need one and we're getting worse?
Good coronavirus. I don't have a coronavirus, for the person who's asking. Triple T, another person in the comment, thought that I have. I did not get tested. I don't think I will get tested. But yeah, no, I just have a bad asthma and I'm losing my voice. That's all. Yeah.
By the way, as usual, if anyone wants to get involved in the discussion, just go to the description, click on the link, and you can join us via video call. If you're feeling shy, you can join us via voice only, and you can hide your face. Some people like to hide their face. We're all having to wear a mask, aren't we?
I'm not. I've got an exemption.
Unless you're exempt,
which bothers other people now, because now I feel like we are divided into 2 groups. Some people that look at you wearing a mask and think, oh, really, and the others look at you not wearing a mask and think they're not having respect, you know, all of that. Why are they not scared of the virus? Do they just want to spread it now? I don't know what to say about that, but if we are back to work and we're back to, you know, and the kids are back to schools, and I just think you can get the virus anywhere. There's so many discussion about what are we, if we are Hindus, Muslims. Does that make any difference? I don't know. Does it change anything?
Doesn't change whether you can get the virus. One of the Gallagher brothers, I think Noel Gallagher or Liam, I think Noel, was coming out to say he's not going to wear a mask, and he's very much against it. And Jedward, the famous pop duo from Ireland, have come out against him, and people seem to take their opinion on the mask as a way to be relevant in the media, and the mainstream media narrative would seem to be towing the line that you need to wear a mask, you need to socially distance, etc., etc. And some people who challenge that narrative are getting slated in the press. And one of the Gallagher brothers was just the latest to get involved in that debate. But do you think Russia today are showing a picture of Trump looking sad because Russia want Trump to win? Last time at the election, there was accusations of Russian meddling in the election, although that is the height of hypocrisy, as America has meddled in many elections and propped up many states where there are no elections whatsoever. So I don't know why they would accuse Russia of getting involved.
I mean, what do you think they want to get out of a headline like that? Trump feels lonely. Do they want people to feel sorry for him? Like when they said Boris Johnson had the coronavirus, what did they want people to do? Feel sorry for Boris Johnson? Believe that coronavirus exists? Take things seriously? I don't know.
Well, Russia and China used to be the great enemies of America. But now there's kind of a perception that politically Russia are with Trump and the Republicans, and China are with the Democrats and Joe Biden. And that's why Trump kept insisting on calling it the Chinese virus. It is from China. And the mainstream media had a backlash to that and said, don't call it the Chinese virus, that's racist. Can you imagine how this would have been portrayed had the virus come out of Russia? This would be the Russian virus, and the liberal media would be slating Russia for having let it escape. But because it was China, the liberal media don't like to criticize China so much. Rode is saying fake news. Russia and USA are all on one team and they're all fighting together against Muslims. Don't know about that one. And Triple T is saying Corona could be fake, but I feel like I got it. Maybe I should be. Sikh Man there is saying this guy speaking is so dumb. Oh, we got a guest. I hope it's Sikh Man. It's Give Peace a Chance. Hello, Give Peace a Chance. Are you there?
Yeah, it's me. Hello.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
All right. I heard you speaking about the Russia gate.
Yeah. What's your take on that?
Do you know where it stemmed from?
No, I don't. Where did it stem from?
No, I can't say for certain, but there's a really, really good book called Mindfuck. It's got an X for the U, but it was written by a guy called Christopher Wiley. And he worked for Cambridge Analytica. Have you heard of Cambridge Analytica?
I've heard of Cambridge Analytica, a think tank.
Oh, it was a cat. Oh yeah, are we? Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So the what
yeah.
they yeah, go on.
Sorry, no, go on. Sorry.
Oh, I thought I
But
heard
you
a
had an
cat
animal.
outside.
Oh, outside.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so what they were doing were they were using people's Facebook to track like their likes, and then building
Hmm.
like a spider web
Hmm.
of what they imagined the person to be like.
Wow.
Um, and so th- basically the what I've gathered where the Russiagate like stemmed from was there were people coming from Russia's main what do you call it, like oligarchs, but it was like a
Hmm.
state-owned oil company, so the Russia
Hmm.
state-owned oil company. And what
Okay.
they were doing were they were booking meetings with Cambridge Analytica to find out like exactly like what was going on with the Trump team, like behind the scenes, and finding out how they can work the algorithms to work like and like see if they could like
Hmm.
assist in helping Trump with the election.
That's
Do you-
amazing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you know when your phone seems to hear you and you get an advert for something that you were talking about just the other day, and there you have it, there's an advert for it,
Have
and
you heard
people
that on
think
Joe
that,
Rogan?
well, I've heard it from various places,
Right.
but apparently that could be not your phone listening in to your conversation, but rather the algorithm tracking your behavior and accurately predicting what you are likely to talk about and be interested in
What, via Google?
via Google, via activity on Facebook, and goodness knows what else. They do say that we are being tracked, but I
Yeah,
wonder,
that's
is it
true.
even more clever than just uh, listening in?
There was one case study that he wrote about in I think it's Trinidad and Tobago. I might be
Mhm,
wrong on that. It was a country in the Caribbean,
mhm,
and what they were doing were they were logging onto people's devices because the access the
yeah,
access laws to like acquire people's data, it was a lot like more lax in this
okay.
Caribbean country. I can't remember it, but
Well,
the
they are more relaxed, aren't they? But I do,
yeah,
whenever it says cookies, I just click yeah, okay. Does that mean they're tracking me?
uh, yeah. So what
Oh
they'll
God,
do is then
I need a new phone.
the website that you're using,
Yeah,
um, they then sell all your data to
my wife.
like to a broker, and then that broker will
Okay.
then sell it to like advertisers, and then it like so really like your date like that is the like the most like valuable thing, like valuable commodity,
Hmm.
well bar probably like
Yeah,
gold, but
data is more valuable than gold now. Well, that's the thing. Money used to be gold, didn't it? It was a physical object that you could hold in your hand. Then money became paper, which is as cheap as chips. And then money became credit, a number on a screen in a bank. And instead of having commodities and goods that you can trade, the most expensive thing we have now is data. And some of the biggest companies in the world don't trade in anything, they just exist online. Like Uber is just online
yeah,
facilitation of taxis. Airbnb, yeah, again, it's they don't own any properties; they're just facilitating something online. How
yeah,
could Facebook be worth any money if it's a free service? But of course, it's the advertising and it's the access to people's names and details and this targeted communication, as people are
Someone
saying.
mentioned cookies as well,
Oh
which
yeah.
is something I get every time I want to read a news article or anything really, and you have to approve whether they can take all your details or not, and this and that. And it really putting me off from reading things online because it's just It bothers me that everything I have to go through now, it asks for permission, and sometimes it doesn't. So I just don't know what we can trust online.
Yeah.
If you get away with, go on, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, we've got Give Peace a Chance in the chat. Anyone else is welcome to join in with him. There are people saying that they disagree. If you disagree and you've got a different opinion, you can jump in and speak to Give Peace a Chance and argue the toss. We've got Jess Ventura saying Trump has helped certain people with their racist agenda and the eradication of the Palestinians. Sadly, yes, he has. But go on, Give Peace a Chance. You were saying.
I'd love to know if anyone disagrees. But yeah, with the cookies, if you sometimes try and sometimes you just keep the bar up in the bottom and you can still use the website.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Keep the bar at the bottom and you can still use it without granting the permission.
Exactly. Hello.
Welcome. And who's just joined us? HK Stocks, are you there? I did just invite HK Stocks, but we're not hearing him. HK Stocks, are you there? Give Peace a Chance. Are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, you carry on. I've added HK Stocks into the chat. Maybe he's muted or something.
I can hear him, but it's like rustling.
Rustling around.
Yeah.
HK Stocks, you're live on Lessons for Life. But anyway, you carry on and we might get even more. We can have, it's funny, you can have up to 6 people go live on StreamYard, and that's the limit that the government have put on people hanging out.
See, I thought he might have done that because it's a good way Boris Johnson, like for him, so he doesn't have to meet all his children in one go.
Absolutely. Yeah,
he's got a lot now, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. And God bless them all. Yeah. So I don't know. I think we lost HK Stocks there. HK Stocks, I can see in the chat you're saying no sound. I think maybe you muted yourself or something. I don't know. But it's good. We've got to give Peace a Chance. What's the story behind the name? Give Peace a Chance.
I just wanted to because I was going on some comments. And someone had like a fucking, sorry, swearing. Someone had a name, and it basically meant whenever someone like replies to your comment, it almost, I think it was like, I can't remember. It had some sort of meaning, but it's like when someone writes it, like if they're replying to me in a comment, then it just means that they'll write that as well. It used to be give Palestinians a chance.
Oh, was that you? And you changed the name?
Yeah, I changed the name.
Yeah, I can understand why.
Go on.
But the sentiment, well, I wonder, were your comments getting maybe hidden or not being as visible? Sometimes certain political messages get hidden and others get amplified. Could be wrong.
No, I just I felt like Palestinians should definitely get a chance, but I think the blame, I know it's completely like very heavy-handed on the Israeli side, but I don't think you can. I think right. I support I don't. Right, Israel are wrong in what they're doing, but you've got to look at both sides, and I didn't want it to portray one as like fucking completely innocent. Do you know what I mean?
You're trying to be fair-minded, and that's
fair-minded, and it just means like whenever people reply to my comment, it means like they're basically saying it as well.
Give peace a chance. No, it's a great mantra. Well, look, do you want to stay with us for the next item that we're going to talk about?
Yeah. Oh no, let me just finish on that Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah. Tell us about the
so what they were doing was they were logging on to this was Cambridge Analytica, so it was just like a really small company in central London, and what they would do is they were watching people watch like pornography, and they were like laughing and like clapping along and just like flicking through like it was a game. And I just thought that was amazing that they had no data rights at all. Oh, speaking of which.
Wow. Well, we've got someone else has joined us. Welcome. We're going to have to lose them because they are trying to derail the show, but that's all right. Yeah. Woke bookstore bans Harry Potter to create trans safe space. This is something that's happened down under in Australia. Have you heard about J.K. Rowling's latest story?
No.
Okay, the murderer in her new novel is a transvestite. Not a transsexual, a transvestite, a man who wears women's clothing. And some people are worried that this comes on the back of her supposed transphobia. I think she tweeted some things online that were interpreted as transphobic.
Yeah. Is she religious?
I don't know if J.K. Rowling is religious, actually, you know.
I don't
No, we don't know. Anyone in the comments, do you know if J.K. Rowling is religious, and I wonder what religion she is? Because do you think that could be a reason why she might be a bit against the old transsexuals? Yeah. I don't know that she is. I think she just said that men are men and women are women, and you can't say anything these days, can you?
Yeah. Yes.
But is there anything to be said for not portraying certain sections of society as the villains in a story?
Like if my opinion, I think all fiction should be burned. I think it's a complete waste of time. So like I don't know. I don't even know if I can have like an opinion on that, because I don't think it's just a massive distraction. So.
But shouldn't we engage in the creative arts? If you just become a facts-only literalist, will you not lose some of the nuances in life and what it means to be a human being?
I don't know. I think you can be a human being and rely on facts. I think creativity is good.
But can't you tell many a true story is told, or a true lesson in life, lessons for life, are told through parables. Jesus spoke in parables, and that's a great way to send a message for those that want to listen and will understand it. If we just read children the encyclopedia from age 5, they will grow up to be, I think, half a person. You'd be very dull if you didn't cultivate that creative side of your mind. Although, to be honest, I don't read enough fiction. I'm a bit like you. I would rather spend my time reading the facts than fiction.
Yeah.
But I think there is a time and a place for both. But I'm not into book burning, that's for sure.
No, well, no, I don't think. I don't know the best way to get rid of it, but I think that was me as a metaphor. But I was just going to say, don't you think a lot can get lost in metaphors, which is like the backbone of fiction? Parables, are they very similar to metaphors?
Well, a parable is a story with a meaning, and a metaphor is, what's a metaphor?
A story with a meaning.
I'm not sure how to explain metaphor.
Yeah.
A simile.
By the way, go on. Simile is something that is like something, and what is a
simile is something like something, and then I learned that a metaphor, when I was at school, a metaphor is if you just get rid of the like.
Yeah.
So you just don't say like, and it turns from a simile into a metaphor.
Instead of saying it was like watching paint dry, it was watching paint dry. That's what some people think this stream is like. Sikh Man is watching, Shastri Kal, and he's encouraging me to let Dardasha speak. If you would like to speak, Sikh man, you're free to click the link and join us via video or via audio.
I'm only not speaking much because I'm losing my voice, but if I do want to add my voice here and add my opinion on something, I'll go into another topic completely, Julian.
Oh.
And I would probably say about the movie that should be taken down on Netflix, Cuties. And I don't know what you think about that as well.
Give peace a chance. Are you familiar with the Netflix sensation Cuties?
I've heard a brief bit about it, but I haven't got Netflix, so I haven't seen it. Go on, give us
I
your
haven't
opinion.
seen it. I haven't seen it myself, but I watched the reviews. I've read about it, and I've read how many people were angry about the movie as well, because it was very young actors in it, and they were acting inappropriately in it, and the way they danced and everything else was really like sexualizing kids, and it was not appropriate at all. So a lot of people were against it. They were against the parents that allowed their kids to act in such a manner. They were against on the writer and the director of the movie, and they were blaming her because she was another color. Like I think she was black.
Another color.
Well, of another color.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think that was the topic as much as looking at the movie. What are you trying to prove here? What are you trying to criticize? And if you want to, why didn't you choose an older actors that could have done it rather than using kids to act in such manners? So, yeah, I mean,
how old are the kids portrayed as? Do you know?
I heard they were 11, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Some said 8 to 11. So they were quite young to act in such a manner, to be honest. Yes, some people were quite upset as well from the Muslim community because the movie was also based on this young a child that was actually from a Muslim country, family, and then wanted to do something different, and joined a dance group and all of that. But that was not the case. I mean, I think other people from other religions were very angry of what they've seen too. So in general, people did not like it, whether they were from a certain faith or no faith at all. And I actually support that. And if I would say this would be something that should be taken down, to be honest, I would not want my child to watch it, or or other children that think because they are children, they're okay to watch that sort of, someone from a similar age in a movie.
Do you think it might be do you know Bill Clinton's daughter? She sits on the board of Netflix, and I was wondering whether she's trying to almost like normalize and distract from the upcoming case that's going on with Ghislaine Maxwell that will involve her dad.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
Yeah,
because that's all about like sexualizing like young children, isn't it?
Well, and even worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she's associated with Netflix, and you think that could be a distract? I mean, that's a very
interesting
playing the long game. If they are, someone did say that if you're up, yeah, go on, give please.
Well, do you know I don't have Netflix, so I don't know I can't remember. I think it's called like Something Rich, and it was about Jeffrey Epstein on Netflix, and I think that was commissioned by Bill Clinton through his daughter. It's a bit like that, Joe Biden, his son sits on a board of like oligarchs, but he doesn't actually do anything, but he gets paid a salary, and it's almost like another way of controlling the company without actually putting like their own name on it. So I just wondered whether they commissioned that Epstein documentary, and I just wonder whether this could be like a series of commissions that will help like play play down a bit.
That's possible, and this is something that I didn't know of, and thanks for sharing that with us. Moving into the comments, if you just read it, it's complete different topics here. Everybody is wondering whether Julian is this his hair or a wig, and guess what? It's actually his hair.
It's the real.
And if you want to have a hair like this, and you were wondering what does he do, you are what you eat. So if you eat healthy, that's what happens. And I've been asking him to cut his hair, but he's happy to grow it. So it's up to him, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thanks for that.
Just answering the comments, sorry.
All right. Give peace a chance. We've got another item of discussion. I don't know if this will interest anybody or not. Expert on Amazon tribes is shot dead with an arrow by indigenous people while approaching them in a remote area of Brazil. So this is one of these guys that likes to study the native inhabitants of Latin America, but when he's got near them, they've killed him.
Wasn't that like last year?
That something similar happened last year, I think, on Sentinel Island, just off the coast of India. This one is deep in the Amazon. Should we just leave these people alone and let them live their life as they wish? Is that the right moral thing to do?
Yeah, I think I would definitely agree with that. But I just question whether. So what? They've never been contacted at all.
Apparently not. I mean, there are some very remote tribes. The one on Sentinel Island apparently have lived as they lived for, I think, thousands of years. Jess Ventura is asking, did they eat him? I'm not sure that they did, but they killed him with a poison arrow. In the picture, they look like they're wearing jeans and some kind of shirt. So they must have, I don't know if that's just an artistic depiction of them. But yeah, I do often wonder, how remote are these remote tribes? I mean, have they got a blow dart in one hand and an iPhone in the other? Probably one of the earlier models.
I doubt they've even got a blow dart. Because I watched a documentary about this guy. I think it was called My Year with the Tribe, and basically what he wanted to do was go and spend a year with some tribes people that have never been contacted, and find out how they live. What it turned out to be was, when he got there, he realized it was all like a trap, not a trap, but it's like they were basically selling the idea of like lost Amazonian tribes.
Okay, but it was actually quite sort of I guess structured, and they'd set it up as a money-making scheme or whatever.
Yep, yeah. And not a money, well, yeah, to make a bit of money, I think they probably would have got shortchanged by the corporation.
Yeah.
But anyway, he turned it out, and he ended up filming what it's actually like to be with like the tribe, and they weren't modern, but they were like, they had t-shirts, they had jeans, they had phones, they smoked cannabis, which, like, I'm not saying they bought it, maybe they just grew it actually, but the like they seemed like not as then they so I don't know if there is such a thing as like a completely untouched tribe. I don't know.
Yeah, globalism has spread far and wide. And a couple of years ago, I was in Peru, and our local guide, who was a native Peruvian and spoke the Quechua language, she was telling me that the company she worked for, the agency that took care of the tour guides, was actually a European company. So this shows you. We've got someone joining us. It is Vote for Trump. Welcome, Vote for Trump. Oh, you've hidden your face. Oh, there you are. Can you hear us, and can we hear you?
Hello.
Vote for Trump. Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us or see us. Oh, well, he's in and out. we'll leave him there in case he sorts it out. That's someone encouraging us to vote for Trump. And when I was in Peru, on the wall, there was a little plaque saying that this section of Machu Picchu or whatever it was being looked after by donations from the Rotary Club. Have you come across them?
The Rotary Club? Isn't that like a bowls club?
I believe the Rotary Club is something of a secret society or a fraternity, a little bit like the Freemasons, although it's not quite as secretive and maybe not as well known. But it's certainly a European organization, and it has its finger in a lot of pies. And here they were down in South America, somehow sponsoring what was going on in Machu Picchu. I mean, I thought I went to South America to get away from that sort of thing. But you need to go somewhere. If you really want to escape the Western globalization, you've got to find your way into the Islamic Republic of Iran, where there's not a McDonald's or a Starbucks in sight. In the chat, Lukashenko, aka Overkill, is encouraging people to vote for Julian's hair. Thank you very much. 4 more years before I get a haircut. And Triple T, so 33X, aka Triple T, is saying vote for anyone but Trump. Jess Ventura, I hope it is Jesse Ventura, is describing it as a rich boys club. And Bill Fence is asking, did you ever see the old video of Freemasonry in Turkey that got played on national telly? No, I didn't, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised that these fraternities are everywhere. And I say that they're a Western thing because it's the Rotary Club and it sounds Western, but maybe it's not. And if you believe the stories, Freemasonry goes all the way back to ancient Egypt. That's why they're so obsessed with the pyramid and the all-seeing eye.
Do you know what their secret god's called?
No. What's the secret book of the Freemasons?
Yeah, there's a really good book called The Brotherhood, which delves quite a lot into it, and it's Jah, as in, so you've got so you've got God. Yahweh, but
Yahweh,
they've JAH, but so they've used like the Western version of Yahweh. Then you've got,
this is what the Rastafarians use as well. They refer to God as Jah.
Why do they do that? Because it's westernized.
The Rastafarians regard the black peoples of the Caribbean to be the Israelites that were in bondage in Africa and Egypt. But why do they use a westernized pronunciation of the word?
Why don't they use the Hebrew one? Which is what I've.
It's a very good question. The Jehovah's Witnesses will tell you we are the true Christians because we are using the real name of God that was mentioned in the Bible, yet they're still using this Western pronunciation of the word. There was no J letter in the Hebrew and Aramaic Bible. It would have been Yahweh, not Jehovah. W became V and J became Y when it was transliterated into Western script. So I don't know why that discrepancy is there, but I guess we can always pick holes in other people's religions. But that's an interesting one. All right, do you want to address one more topic?
Yeah, go on. All
right, here we go. We might get time for a couple more.
Oh yeah, no, but let me finish. So it's called Jah.
Go for it.
So it's Jah, and then it's Baal. So it's Baal, which is like I think it's the Egyptian god, isn't it? And then
Baal was an Egyptian god. Baal is certainly, they say, worshipped by Satanists.
Yeah. So that's why you get like the satanic like bit in it. Or is it? Oh no, yes. And then it's Osiris. So it's Jabalon, which is their like secret god. Once you get to like the fourth degree. Yeah.
Wow. You heard it here first. This can't be that secret if you've just outed it. How did you discover this?
Well, I think
From the book.
like if you just read a lot and just just in a book, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the book.
Facts, not
Yeah,
fiction.
this is the thing. If you don't waste your time reading Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or whatever it's called, you can find out these things about the secret societies. That's very good.
Yeah. And it's
33X
banned.
saying this. Is it banned? It's got to
Yeah,
be good if
well,
it's banned. Most
yeah.
of the best things are. I don't look forward to the day when this channel gets banned, but I do imagine it might happen one day. But we'll go out in a blaze of glory. Don't worry about that. All right, one more headline. This one is from the Daily Mail. Oscar for wokeness. Anger in Hollywood as it is announced films will have to meet representation and inclusion requirements if they are eligible to win Best Picture. So you will have to have a black woman, a gay man in a wheelchair, a transvestite in your film if you want it to win something. That can't be right, can it?
Can it be wrong?
Well, if you were portraying Braveheart, for example, and I could be wrong, I don't think there were many black people in Scotland at the Battle of Bannockburn or any of the other battles that William Wallace was in, but not that it's historically accurate because William Wallace never met who was the king, Robert the Bruce. So it's not factually, historically accurate. But if you're going to start making half the combatants on the battlefield ethnic minorities and women, it's going to lose some of its credibility, no?
I'm not sure.
What do you make of the push back for representation of ethnic minorities and people of different sexualities and sexual identities? Maybe I sense maybe it's not a topic that you're interested in because you're more eager to learn facts. But I'm just wondering if you sense it's an agenda. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it irrelevant?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of all for equality. But the one I'm stuck up on, well, not stuck up on, I haven't made my mind up on it yet, is I know feminism is all about equal rights for everyone, which I think is good, but I kind of see it as like I kind of wonder if it's almost a push to get women like instead of like looking after family and creating like family like institutions, trying to get them to like work like 9 to 5. Like a mum who works 9 to 5, she's hard pushed to find like spare time and stuff. Especially if they've got like kids, and like women are generally, this is maybe stereotypical, they're generally better at looking and accommodating children, like looking after children. I'd rather leave like a child with a female babysitter than a male one.
Okay.
So yeah.
I mean, I think they should leave film directors to do what they want, and because it depends where you are, which country you are, where are you filming. I mean, you would probably go in one of the countries and you won't find a certain color as much. For example, in London, yes, you could see all this diversity, different religion, different colors. You know, you would see that, but not everywhere you go, you would see, you know, people of other colors or people of, do you know what I mean? Like, I just think they are killing creativity by giving us a certain category to follow. I don't think that's right. And in terms of what you said of women and having to work and all of that, I am myself someone who actually works 9 to 5, not even 9, before 9, I have to be there. It's difficult because we live in London, we all have to work to be able to live in a good standard. But yes, we are better with kids. I have to say that too. And I would trust my children to be with a. It's just natural. You would see a babysitter who is a female than a male most of the time.
You come home and they've probably got paint all over the carpet. But they do say that, 50, 60 years ago, most nuclear families could survive and live well with one parent working a job 9 to 5, usually the father. Now, now you think with 2 people working, we'd be twice as rich, but it seems we're working twice as hard and getting half as much. So someone is benefiting from there being a larger workforce, but the workers are not actually retaining the wealth. We've got a few comments. 33X is saying maybe all of us should be separated. Bill Fencer says ceases to be organic and more forced. I'm not sure what that was about. Julian, this is from Lukashenko, saying, does your dressing gown have your name embroidered on the back? Yes, it does, in gold. All right. Well, look, we might have one last topic of the night. And thank you so much for staying with us, Give Peace a Chance. You've really you've brightened my night up. Look, I'll leave it to you. If you've got any closing comment, topic you want to talk about, go for it. Or I can read one more that I've got from the Daily Mail.
I'm the type of person that does better with prompting, really. I can talk forever on a subject, though. But,
here we go. Well, let's see what you make of this. Sorry, it's not a very cheerful one. Normally on the news when they say, and finally, it's something light-hearted. But this is about a chief of police with COVID-19 who killed himself while quarantining to protect his wife and children from the virus. So I think this prolonged isolation has really taken a drastic toll on some people.
I've read that on the comments earlier on, Julian. Some people were saying we should discuss the next wave, and some people were saying it's actually the lockdown that is going to cause more death than Corona. And there you go, like you saying it now out loud, that the fear of death just made him kill himself.
What would you two do if one of you got Corona?
What we will do?
So say if one of you got Corona, what would
Julian is suspecting that I have Corona.
I'll be out the door.
He's here next to me. I don't know. I mean, out of just maybe if we have someone, an older parents, we would just care not to go and not to be around them until we are,
not coming.
We are well. Protect them. Just if I have a flu, I would not want to pass it to anyone else. It would be the same as having Corona. I would not want to pass it to anyone else. But we live in the same house, so if I have anything, I assume Julian would have it. But that which proves that it's not Corona that I have so far.
This is the thing. We've got such a stigma about this one particular disease because it's apparently a pandemic. But you can die of many diseases. You can die from the common flu. But very unlikely if you don't have an underlying health condition, and very unlikely to die from coronavirus unless you have an underlying health condition. Yes, of course, people have died from it, but it's the bigger picture, and all this focuses on one thing at the moment. Maybe that's important because we need to eradicate it. If the virus has a 14-day incubation period, then a proper full 2-week or 3-week lockdown early on would have eradicated it completely, but that didn't happen.
I think there is more into Corona. I think the fact of all this restrictions and all of this new rules that is coming out, I think it's just giving them, whoever they are in control, more control of people using the excuse of Corona. I don't think it is about our health only, about the care of our health and how we get better, because look at the NHS, it's not really getting enough support to treat other people. There isn't enough evidence to show that they actually care about the health industry, they care about us. There is more into it. I feel like it's limiting our life. I can't see the life of our communities together anymore. They're killing that, which is really sad, the neighbors are afraid of each other, the friends are not hugging each other. There's so much love is lost here because of Corona. There is bigger loss that we are facing than just a virus, to be honest.
Do you think it might be a population control, like scare measure almost?
I do also think that is a possibility. Yes.
Yeah. I wonder if the policeman, his partner, had any underlying health conditions.
Maybe that could have raised his concern. I mean, it's a terrible story, and it just shows you if these other things in our life, like community, like having people to turn to, are eroded, then people who feel vulnerable will end up in a terrible way. We've got some good comments coming through. Dave Kiani is saying Corona is bad. Thank you for that. Jamal Samiev is saying Corona is bad. And 33X is saying religion is responsible for many deaths. Yeah. And Bill Fence is saying cashless society. We are heading towards a cashless society. Whether a cashless society would be any worse than a cash society, I don't know. Bitcoin and all manner of other, what do they call them? Cryptocurrency. Yeah, cryptocurrency. We should probably do a whole show on that one night. Corona, HK Stocks are saying Corona was the 8th most fatal death cause this year.
I mean, we are, unless if we are counting all other reasons for other deaths, and we're counting the death rates all the time, then I guess I will know the right figures for that. And I agree with you, Dave and Jamal saying everybody's saying Corona is bad, Corona is not good. Whether it was only a virus or whatever came out after Corona was bad. So let's just not stop hoping for a better life and live our life. Just don't fear to live your life.
Yeah, absolutely. And look after each other, guys. Thank you so much. Give Peace a chance. I'll keep saying your name until we get Peace.
Hopefully.
Yeah. We're gonna wrap up. We'll do this every Friday at 10 o'clock for 1 hour.
Brilliant.
Join us for the second half. Only joking. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone who in the chat. Thanks for watching, and we'll do it all again soon. Not at all. We were here, and we're gone. Later.